Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo. It's Monday, November 3rd, and we've got what should be a banger of a Monday Night Football game. We've got the Cowboys versus the Cardinals. We're playing in Dallas, and the most important thing is Jacoby Brissett is going to be starting instead of Kyler Murray. I'm pretty much done with Kyler. I'm a diehard Suns fan, Cardinals fan, originally from Arizona, and I've been defending Kyler for way too long. I'm over it. And Jacoby looks way better. He just hops in, starts, and all of a sudden our guys are looking good. Our offense is looking good. So good news is he's starting again tonight. We have a massive over-under for this game. We're going to break all that down. I don't know if I should have done this, but I'm going to just have some fun with it. I got 6 plays for PrizePicks that I'm going to show you guys that have upside. I'll show you the ones to lean more towards if you want to take a smaller slip. I'm also going to be covering a 5-man ladders entry. There's just some upside. There's some plays on Underdog right now for the ladders option that are going to at least secure us those lower tiers, and they do have the upside for the highest tier. So yeah, before we break everything down, if you guys don't mind, do me a favor, like the video. It just helps me out with the algorithm. If you guys have questions about plays, hit me in the comments. I'll get back to you. And if you feel inclined, hit the hype button. That helps out even more. But let's talk about the plays. So we are going to be going with, of course, Trey McBride. I'm going to go fantasy score on PrizePicks because 16.5 seems too low in full PPR with Jacoby Brissett starting in this incredibly soft matchup. He is their number one option, and I really need him to go absolutely nuclear tonight because I'm in a little bit of a mess with my dynasty matchup this week, and I want that win. So I need McBride to go nuts, and I think he like everything is lined up for him too. So we're gonna go 16.5 fantasy score. We're gonna go Michael Wilson over 25.5 receiving yards. We're gonna go George Pickens 64.5 receiving yards. Jake Ferguson fantasy score 11.5. Zay Jones 21.5 receiving yards. Bam Knight 50.5 rushing yards. Before I get to the ladders, I'll just tell you guys, if I was making this into a 4-man, Trey McBride's absolutely in there. I think it's the top 4, to be honest with you. Trey McBride, Michael Wilson, George Pickens, and Jake Ferguson. I get it, CeeDee Lamb, he could end up popping off, but keep in mind the Cardinals defense is actually pretty good. So if you want to throw some CD in there, by all means, but those top 4 would be my favorite. My 2, if I went just 2, I'd go George Pickens and Trey McBride if I was doing a 2-man. All right, let's talk about ladders. So we are taking CD because of the upside. So if you're unfamiliar with ladders, it's the best option available on any platform because you get everything secured into one play. So it's all yardage plays. So we've got some rushing, some receiving, but with each tier that you hit, you secure winnings. So this is a very low tier. You can see we start with CeeDee Lamb, 60 yards, George Pickens, 45 yards. If all of these plays hit that first tier, you lock in 2.5x. If they go up to their next tier and they hit what is kind of like just your regular tier on PrizePicks, then you're going to secure 5x if all of those hit. And then if they all have a good game, it jumps all the way up to 1,000x. Like, it's just crazy. I can't believe the multiplier jumps that high. Yeah, you'd need 5 guys to really have a great game. But I mean, like, some of these aren't that crazy. Zay Jones, 10 yards to secure tier 1 and then 22 yards. We're getting his regular line at 21.5 on PrizePicks, so it's reasonable. So 22 at the mid tier, and then just 60 yarder is his top tier. Bam Knight 40, 51, and 100, which that'd be a big game for Bam tonight, but he just put up over 50 against the Packers. Michael Wilson 15, 27, and 70. Then George Pickens 45, 64, 120. So Pickens is capable. CeeDee Lamb is capable. CD would have to get all the way up to 150. So yeah, for these bigger names, it is a little bit tougher. And man, I wish they would have given us Trey McBride, but they're not giving us Trey McBride for the ladders lineup just because the upside's too good. At least that's what I'm hoping. But so yeah, if we hit all these, we could hit 1,000x on this tonight. But what I like about this is oftentimes you're at least good for 2.5x. So it's kind of like your demons, you got your regular plays, you got everything all in one. But I dare someone to figure out how to get to 1,000x on PrizePicks tonight on a single game slate, NFL only. Try getting to 500. I bet you can't. So that's why Underdog is where it's at. If you haven't signed up for Underdog yet, use code BACKDOOR, and they're going to give you $100 in bonus funds when you play your first 5. Make sure that it's available in your state. They are sweeping the nation. They're getting covered in just about everywhere. I think they're up over 30 states now. But yeah, if you want to sign up and play on the best platform available, use code BACKDOOR for that $100 in bonus funds. And I promise you won't regret it. Underdog is just the best around. Chalkboard is also awesome though. I love Chalkboard. It's mobile only, but what they, the thing about the desktop option, I like it. Sometimes it makes it easier for me to, demonstrate on my videos, but I've kind of gotten to the point where I don't really go on the platforms when I'm breaking these down anyway. So I love Chalkboard. They run specials every day, discounts, boosts. It's just every day is Taco Tuesday. Every day is Flex Friday. And PrizePicks doesn't even give us protected plays anymore anyways. So check out Chalkboard. Use code BACKDOOR. You get a free pick to help you cash your first slip, plus 100% deposit match. If you sign up for either of these, email me at bdfantasysports@gmail.com if you want. You don't have to, but if you do and you show me that you use the code, just like screenshot, show me that you're doing it. I'll give you a free month in the Discord just because I like you guys. You guys are tuning into the show. I appreciate you, so I want to give you something back. All right, let's start breaking it down. So let's talk about this massive over-under. 53.5 over-under. Dallas favored by 3.5. That's interesting. I think the Cardinals are winning this game with Jacoby starting, but we'll see. So 53.5 should be fireworks. We're playing indoors. We don't have to worry about weather or anything like that. And I can't stress enough how much better it is for the game that Jacoby's starting. So let's start with Trey McBride here. You notice how he's just popping off right here more recently. And against Indianapolis and Green Bay, it's because Jacoby knows to target him in the red zone. If we take a look, we're going to switch this to, we're going to add Brissett here. I know it's not like a perfect hit rate, but if you look at the difference when Brissett is playing, so 50% of the time he's had a much higher fantasy score, 21.2 and 29. If we dive into the details a little bit more, let's start with receiving yards. We'll look at the matchup real quick. So 17th in receiving yards allowed to tight ends, 51.9 on average is what Dallas is allowing. And then 31st overall, 273.1. We know that Dallas it's just like their defense is awful and their offense is great. So it makes for just super high over-unders, explosive. It's awesome for fantasy. His receiving yards over 69.5 is actually EV plus on Outlier. So if you guys prefer that, you could take that. Let's look at what some of the past before we get there, this is the number one option. Trey McBride is 28.6% target share, just absolutely dominating the target share. And Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, Zay Jones, they're all kind of getting involved a little bit more now that Jacoby is at the helm, but it's just the Trey McBride show, and that's what we expect tonight. So past tight ends, Evan Ingram beat his line, Tommy Tremble beat his line, Mason Taylor, Tucker Kraft. You can see a decent amount of green, 4 hits as far as the examples show from Outlier, 4 hits and 3 misses. But some of these guys, Zach Ertz, John Bates, and then James Mitchell, whoever that is, those guys didn't hit their lines. If we just pop over and take a look at the wide receiver matchup too, obviously wide receivers have been able to kind of do what they want as well. You guys have been watching these games. I don't need to go too hard on it, but I'm feeling good about Trey, fantasy score in particular. The targets have been there as well. So actually we could just pop over here and take a look real quick. The targets as of late have been awesome. So we talked about let's just go ahead and pop it in here. We're going to put Brissett back in here. Brissett's just making common sense decisions. Like he's just, I don't know what Kyler's doing half the time. But as far as his receiving yards go, he's hit it 75% of the time with Brissett. at the helm. And then targets wise, 7 targets in every game, 7 or more. So 7, 7, 11, and 13. And then, 13 against Green Bay, and he pulled down 10 of them. Had a great game. Let's see here. Actually, I want to show you guys the touchdowns too, because it's like, that's what we've been saying forever with Trey, is like, he's not getting the opportunities for the touchdowns. Actually, to be fair, last year he was getting a decent amount of targets in the end zone. Just wasn't really connecting with him and Kyler. But Brissett has been popping off lately. So he had a touchdown against Indiana, and then he had 2 touchdowns against Green Bay. That's what we're hoping for tonight with the fantasy score. But 3 touchdowns in his last 2 games. If we take a look here, they're 31st in touchdowns allowed. Dallas, obviously 3.8. And then to tight ends, it's a little bit tougher. But once again, you don't always know if it's like because I don't think it's because they're just that good. I think it's because the type of guys they've been matching up against, guys haven't really been needing to utilize the tight ends. So of all these examples, Zach Ertz is the only one who pulled down a touchdown. So something to keep in mind, but still, a lot of these teams, the tight end isn't the number one target for the offense. So I think we've said enough about Trey. We're going to move on here. Michael Wilson. I just like this line, especially because it's lower, and with Jacoby once again, it's just he's just been running the offense right. Let's see here. All right, so yeah, back-to-back games with at least 40 yards. This line at 25.5 is just feeling solid. The matchup's great. 31st, like we said, 172.2 receiving yards allowed to wide receivers. We know that this offense, regardless of how good the Cardinals defense is, the offense for the Cowboys they have enough firepower. They're going to be able to keep up. I think that we could even see, I think there's a good chance that we see a higher over under than the 53.5. But yeah, this one's pretty self-explanatory. It's a low line, and let's see, his average yards per reception. So yeah, average yards per reception with Brissett is about 10.8. Let's look at the targets. So yeah, about 4 or 5 targets a game. Decent catch rate last 2 games. He went 4 or 5 and then 3 or 4. So 80%, 75%. Okay, so this isn't the exact line we're getting. We're getting 25.5, but if we're looking for a floor play, let's look at this note from Outlier. So we don't need Brissett in there. Let's just look in general. So in general, Michael Wilson, he's exceeded 19.5 receiving yards in 8 of his last 10 on the road. So playing good on the road, averaging 35.9 receiving yards per game on the road. And we know, let's go back here real quick. Let's see, what was that line at for ladders? 15, 27, and 70. So yeah, 70 would be a big game for him, but we know that mid-tier is probably good to go, him being on the road. Plus, Zay Jones, we're taking him as well just because let me just bounce over to him real fast. We're taking Zay as well just because the line is so low, and he's really popped off most recently with Brissett. We'll just look at these last 2. So yeah, the average yards per reception are massive for Zay. He's been getting these deep shots. Like the last game, his average yards per reception against Green Bay was 33.5. He did get a little bit banged up. If this line wasn't so low, I'd be a little bit hesitant. That's why I say if you're making a 4-man, him and Bam wouldn't be in the equation here. But he got in a full practice. He should be good to go. And it's not going to take that much for him to get us there if his average yards per reception are that much higher. So even in the game before that, 15.8, pretty solid. Let's look at longest reception. So against Indianapolis, he had a 24-yarder, and then he had a 43-yarder against Green Bay. So yeah, this is just a low line that I feel comfortable with. And I just impulsively decided to give you guys a bunch of picks for this, but you don't have to take all of them. All right, let's go back over to Pickens here. So the receiving yards are always looking pretty solid. You can see 7 straight games, 8 of his last 9. He's beat this line, and we know he's capable of going off. Let's see what this note from Outlier. This is not the line, though. It's showing the demon. We won't do that then. All right. So yeah, in 2025, why is that really what did we get his line at? Let me go back here one more time. 64.5. Yeah. It's catching the goblin there for some reason on Outlier. We'll just go adjust it real fast. When we say 64.5, yeah. Okay, still looks decent. 6 of his 8 games in 2025, he's gotten it done. So receiving yards, actually, Cardinals are pretty decent as far as matchup-wise for Pickens. 21st in receiving yards allowed, 246.3. To wide receivers, a little bit tighter, 18th, 146. Let's take a look at what some of these receivers have done against the Cardinals. So Dobbs went off 72 when his line was at 48.5. Alec Pierce, our boy, who is just the champion of this channel, he got 48 when his line was 29.5. Josh Downs, same game, went for 42. So yeah, they've been able to get stuff done. And man, this godforsaken game when the Cardinals gave away this game to Tennessee, Calvin Ridley 131. That was just the most ugly game ever. I can't believe they lost that game, the Cardinals. All right, so Jake Ferguson. So he put up this goose egg here against Denver. I don't totally remember what happened, but it's been pretty solid before that. Let's take a look. We'll go receiving yards. The receiving yards aren't too crazy for him. He's more of like a touchdown upside type of guy. I still think that in this matchup, he could maybe end up, you just never know. It's high volume. So he's one of, you got CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and Ferguson, but Ferguson gets plenty of love for a tight end. The matchup, 21st in receiving yards allowed to tight ends. It's actually pretty soft. 28th in receiving yards allowed to tight ends. 68.7 is what they're allowing on average. So he only had just the one target and didn't pull anything down against Denver. But we really like the touchdown upside here. If we take a look, we'll just go last 5. He has 6 touchdowns in his last 5 games. And then the matchup, kind of tough, 10th in touchdowns allowed to tight ends, overall 10th as well, 2.3. So yeah, their defense is respect. You got to respect it. Let's see, red zone targets. Oh, so he had 5 red zone targets. So what was that all about? What was I looking at a second ago? Maybe it was just 5 red zone targets in general. I might be reading this wrong. Oh yeah, so he had 0 red zone targets in that last game. Other than that, game before that against Washington, he had 60% of the red zone targets and then 30% against Carolina. So yeah, he typically gets some targets. So he had no targets and then didn't pull anything down, but he had a touchdown in every other game that he had any targets in. So yeah, you guys get what I'm saying here. Let's actually just look at the red zone targets here. So he's the number 1 target on the season. Just barely above George Pickens. He has 11 targets on the season in the red zone, and then George Pickens has 10. So yeah, the upside here, full point PPR, couple of catches. If he gets in the end zone, we're good to go. I don't think I need to spend any more time on this. If we look at fantasy score against Arizona, the 2 examples they have are from the 19th and then back on September 25th. AJ Barner cleared his line 12.2 when his line was at 4.5, and then Tucker Kraft 16.8 when his line was at 10. It's a play that I feel comfortable with because there's multiple ways he can get there. 11.5. So let's just hope that the targets bounce back tonight. We know that the receiving yards matchup is looking pretty solid, so that ladder slip does have the upside. I will say for this game, the ladder slip is more heavy on the side of floor than it is ceiling. Yeah, this could pop off. If we hit that 1000x, we deserve it because these guys ended up really popping off. But I do like the upside for at least hitting that lower to mid tier. Lower tier, we should be good. Mid tier, I feel confident in. It's just, are all these guys going to pop off? Is this going to be just an absolute fireworks game? It could be. We'll have to see. So Bam Knight, he just put up 57 yards against Green Bay. So we like the upside there. Let's see what that ladder slip was for Bam. 40-51. So he just beat that mid-tier against Green Bay, much tougher matchup, and then 100. So it would need to be his career day, which 100 isn't too crazy, but that's what would need to happen. Zay Jones over 60. He just did it in his last 2 games. Michael Wilson over 70. That would be kind of a lot for him, but definitely capable. We know Pickens can hit 120, but if Pickens hits 120 and Lamb, hits 150, that's a big game. So I'm being honest with you guys, but these mid tiers to get us that 5X, I think it's 5X for that one. Should be good to go. I'll double check that before we get out of here. All right. So let's look at real quick, see what running backs have done. So yeah, this matchup against Dallas, 28th in rushing yards allowed to running backs. So 111.5 on average is what they're averaging. Now we do have Michael Carter, who's also going to get some run. So it would just need to be like, okay, but I mean, let me show you this real fast. Rush attempts, you can see them steadily, like they're liking what they're getting from Bam. So he had went from 4 against Tennessee, 11 against Indianapolis, and then 14 against Green Bay, and he was productive with that. He had 4.1 yards per carry against Green Bay. So if he has a soft matchup, maybe we do see him get 16, 17, maybe even I don't think he's going to be Rico Dowdle out there and get like 6 carries, but we just don't know. This could end up playing out for us. So the upside is there, and I think he's good for his mid-tier at least. Let's look at what some of these other players have done. So the Broncos had a great time. J.K. Dobbins went for 111 in his matchup. His line was at 66.5. R.J. Harvey went for 46 when his line was 14.5. Chris Rodriguez beat his line. Rico Dowdle 183. That was beautiful. I remember that revenge game. Trevor Etienne in the same game beat his line. Breece Hall went for 113. So you can see a lot of these guys had no problem beating their lines. And in some cases, like Breece, his line was at 67.5 and he went for 113. Some of these guys near doubled. I mean, Rico near tripled. I think, almost triple, like 2.5x his what his line was set at. So the upside's there. I like it for the ladders play because we're getting that insurance of low, mid, and high tier. As far as prize picks goes, I'll take a chance on the 6-man, but if you're making the 4-man, Bam and Zay maybe would be the guys that are a little less reliable. So we're going to go over some bonus plays on the DFS optimizer for tonight's game. If you guys want the optimizer for yourself, use code BACKDOOR. They're going to give you 25% off. Love it for NFL. Really love it for NBA. So if you guys play NBA, you got to get the optimizer because it just puts plays on your radar by crunching numbers. I have it set to prize picks, and we're going to cover underdog as well in just a couple of minutes. Code BACKDOOR, and then they'll let you lock that in for as long as you want. You can lock it in for the rest of the NBA season if you want, NFL and NBA, but it covers a lot of different stuff. All right, so we're going to switch it to just overs because especially on a single game slate, the unders are kind of not worth the time with the way they penalize you on the correlation there. All right, so their favorite play is this Jalen Thompson, tackles plus assists, 6.5, 53% odds to hit. Deron Bland, 5.5 tackles plus assists, just under 53%. So a lot of defensive plays. Budda Baker, 7.5 tackles plus assists, about 53%. Jacoby Brissett, longest rush, 8.5. They're feeling good about it, 52.5%. George Pickens, receptions. Yeah, I think this looks good too. If you'd rather take the receptions than the receiving yards, go for it. It's at just 4.5. Pinnacle has the 4.5 at a minus 134. So feeling pretty solid about that. Jacoby pass plus rushing yards, 264.5. They like 52.3%. Trey McBride, 66.5 receiving yards. I wish we could get him on the ladder slip. So yeah, if you want to take that, it is cheaper on prize picks right now. Just under 52% odds to hit. Michael Wilson, they like the receiving yards, 25.5, 52%-ish. Elijah Higgins, longest reception. That is the backup tight end for the Cardinals. He does get a little bit of love every now and again, but his line's really low for his longest reception, 7.5, just under 52% odds to hit. Jacoby Brissett, pass yards alone, 248.5, 51.67%. Kavontae Turpin, 15.5 receiving yards, does seem a little low, 51.66. Dak Prescott pass attempts 36.5, kind of always seems decent. 51.43%. Ryan Flournoy, longest reception over 7.5. I really thought this dude was going to pop off. I mean, they got a lot of mouths to feed, but he had that massive game, and I was just like, yeah, dude, this guy, yeah. But he just doesn't get a whole lot of snaps. But he is more of a deep play type of guy. So if he does get a catch, I bet you it's over 7.5. CeeDee Lamb receptions 6.5, 51.26. That seems kind of low for CD as well. If Dak is, so that was the pass attempts. I mean, these lines for CD and Pickens for receptions are pretty low. Like, do we think that CD and Pickens are going to go under and combine for like 11 receptions between the two of them? One of them's going over. I think both of them are. Ferguson, 40.5 receiving yards. They like it. That matchup's juicy, 51.25%. There is what we want to see, completions. So if they like Dak over 25.5 completions, do we not think 11 of those are going to be CD and Pickens? That's not even half. So yeah, I think it looks good. Jadon Blue has been getting, Jaden Blue. Is it Jadon? It's spelled Jadon. Yeah, he's been getting more work lately. 14.5 does seem low. 51.17% odds to hit. And then Dak Prescott, longest rush, 5.5. All right, let's go over to Underdog. Once again, code BACKDOOR gets you 25% off. And these are what the optimizer's liking for Underdog. Let's refresh it. Just to make sure we got the freshest options. Javonte Williams under 13.95 fantasy score. Now, I hope this is right because I'm playing against Javonte in my Dynasty League tonight. And I'm down by like 20-ish, 20 and change points. Full PPR. I got Trey left. He's got Javonte left. So we need Javonte to not do anything tonight. We need Trey to go nuts. But yeah, so I hope that they're right about that. Jalen Thompson, there's those tackles and assists, same as Prize Picks, Deron Bland. Trey McBride, what's this about? This can't be right. I don't like the fantasy score. It is half point PPR on Underdog versus Prize Picks, but yeah, I'm not taking Trey under tonight. Buda Baker, there's those tackles and assists. CeeDee Lamb, they're not feeling the fantasy score. Marvin Harrison Jr. doesn't like a lot of fantasy score for Underdog. I'm not totally sure. I know that they're half point PPR. I don't know if there's anything else with their settings that's a little different, but Dak Prescott, I don't think he's good for an interception. Okay, we'll see about that. Cardinals have a good defense, but yeah, they like a 52% under on his interception. Longest rush, 6.5, so it's a little higher. You're getting at 5.5 on Prize Picks. It's 6.5, so they are favoring the under. That's a tight window though, but that's the way this thing works. It crunches the numbers. So we're on Underdog, and it's just saying like, hey, this is what we're thinking based off of what all the numbers are saying across all the different platforms and odds makers. They don't like CeeDee Lamb for a touchdown. 52% under. I forgot to switch it to just overs, but we're already down here. So Trey McBride, there's those 66.5 receiving yards. You could grab that on Underdog as well, minus 125 pass attempts. So a lot of these are looking pretty similar. Michael Wilson under 15.5 longest reception. That's a little dicey to me. That dude is like a physical. He doesn't go super deep, but he goes downfield a decent bit. He's kind of like a mini Mike Evans type, a little bit more athletic, not as good at separation, but I mean, hands kind of up there, like a decent contested catch type of dude. I'm not taking that under. Javonte Williams receiving yards over 11.5, perhaps. I hope he does 0. Elijah Higgins, longest reception. Yep, we talked about that. 7.5. George Pickens over 63.5 receiving yards. So the receiving yards are a little lower on Underdog if you want to go take those. Prize Picks, what did we say? 64.5, 65.5. I think it was 64.5. Trey McBride, longest reception over 19.5. Zay Jones, longest reception over 12.5. Yeah, we just talked about Zay. I mean, he had 33 yards average reception. So maybe this is the play. I mean, it's on Underdog. I don't know if they've got that on PrizePicks, but yeah, I mean, one catch is probably going to go over. If he gets one, it's probably going over. And then we'll do one more and then we're going to wrap up here, guys. George Pickens' longest reception, 23.5. They like that over. 51.43% odds to hit. Now, if you guys want my favorite app for breaking all this stuff down, you guys probably like it too. Outlier gives you all the information, and then you can break into like, well, what did he do with Jacoby Brissett and all the stuff? Like, you name it, it'll cover it. And then it gives you these insights and everything. But yeah, my point is, try it for free. There's a link below. You don't need to put a code in or anything. Just try it. Might as well get a week's worth of value and see if you want to stay or not. But that's going to cover it, guys. If you have any questions about this slip, or, take the plays you like, skip the plays you don't. You don't have to take a 6-man just because I'm like showing you. I just lock it in so I can monitor what I'm putting on the video. But yeah, have fun with it. I hope we get an awesome game tonight. And yeah, thank you for tuning into my show. And yeah, if you guys don't mind, show me a little bit of love, like the video. And I'm going to be dialing back just a little bit this week. I'm still going to cover NFL. It'll be a little bit dialed back. I've got a big exam that I'm studying for, and it's due soon, so I got to put in a little bit of extra time studying for my exam. But yeah, I'll be, as soon as I'm done with that, I'll be back after like NBA and NFL all the time. But I'm going to make sure that I hit every NFL slate still. But have a great night, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.